I like to work to melody myself. It's something that, I hear a lot of hip hop beats that, and there's nothing wrong with this, by the way, but I hear a lot of them that aren't that melodic. But I like to be moved like emotionally by
Mm.
melody. When I hear something like, when it's playing on your heartstrings kind of thing, that's I think that's what creates them emotions, what create deep writing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So if a melody can inspire an emotion, and then you can add your technique and your flow to that emotion and try and push things forward as well, you're on a winner.
Mm.
That's what
You
I
got to
believe.
treat the voice, even as a rap voice, as an instrument, man. You're adding another instrument to that track, like
Yeah,
whether it like a bass or a string or whatever. Your voice is still adding. That's how I see it sometimes when I hear a beat. I, I'm yeah, obviously I'm rolling with the beat and stuff, but it's the melody of whatever like the music's coming out, and that's why I sometimes try to, when I write my bars, as I said, try to go in line with what the melody of the track is. But then
yeah.
other times, when I don't do that for a certain period of time, I try to flip it to do the other way, and I find it more difficult. It takes me like a little bit just to get into the rhythm of just trying to just spit bars rather than trying to be all melodic and trying to flip stuff with the way I spit stuff and the way that I sort of
Yeah.
the
And you can
cadence,
hear it
different
with
cadence I used. Yeah,
like Ill Sykes with his approach. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Where
yeah, definitely.
it gets technical. The thing I like about Il Sykes' style is like he chooses to rhyme in peculiar places to how I'd write, and
Yeah,
it's correct what he's doing. He's not doing it wrong. It's fucking brilliant. But he explores new avenues, and then next minute he's having a little sing and stuff like that. And I love the playfulness of what he does, where he don't give a fuck. He just does it, and that's what leads to results.
yeah,
That's when
yeah,
you
definitely.
you master your craft when you've got that confidence to do that. That's brilliant. So for my writing kind of thing, what I do is I've done it in other interviews before, but I'm originally a b-boy, so I was a breakdancer professional for quite a few years.
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. We'll come on to
and
that in a minute, actually. Well, not then like later on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm going to talk to you
I've
about that.
done it a million times, mate. But yeah, what I was going to say was, so my approach to my flow and my technique is to make my words dance. So I approach it very much from a dance mentality when I'm writing. So, but not from breaking perspective. I do it from tap dancing. So if you think of a bar of music and how many rhythms you can do that within that, well, a tap is a very quick sound, so you can fit a lot of different melody, like patterns
Yeah,
in a bar of music. So in my head, if I've got something to say, I'll think, right, this is what I want to say. I want to use these particular words, kind of thing, but I want to make it dance like like imagine someone tap dancing and I think, right, I'll make it work like that. So if I'm getting creative with flow,
yeah,
I approach it like that. I think of tap dancing and I make
yeah.
rhythms up.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah,
That
that's the way I do it. Yeah.
yeah, that's wicked, man. That's wicked.
I've
And
got Sammy Davis Jr. tap dancing in my head, like literally. I can see Sammy Davis like, and I'm like, right, yeah, I like that. I like that pattern. We'll use that.
Good old Sammy, mate. Good old Sammy.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
and
man.
also, sorry, man. Also, um, another thing is with like people like us, it's like accent. Like everybody knows the like London accent and stuff like that, and everybody else is trying to make theirs be heard, kind of thing. That's very much how I feel. And so for a long time now, I've been kind of like training people how to hear my accent.
Mm.
And I'm doing that by being consistent, getting it out there, working on keeping my accent, but pronouncing things in an understandable way because I can go off into mad slang. Um, you know, but if you think about people like Eminem, when Eminem first come out, because he was from Detroit,
Hmm.
which wasn't that much of a well-known accent on the American rap scene. I mean, it was known, but not amazingly well-known. And if you remember his videos at first, they used to have like a karaoke ball bouncing along top of it, his lyrics, and it
Yeah.
was short. It was to show people his flaw, but also to teach them how to hear him.